Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. Today, I feel the need for 3D speed. Today we're going to be reviewing 3D Speed, which is a true one-step correction glaze, protect and polish in one. So this is what I call an all-in-one, or an AIO, that I often call AOI. Don't ask me why. And I'm gearing up to do a comparison of lots of them, and I figured I'm just going to review this straight up, straight down in a separate video. Now here you can see 3D Speed. In the UK you can get 8 fluid jibber jabbers, which is this little bottle here, which is about 250 ml or something less than that, for £9.99. You've got to pay delivery on top of that, I believe. You can get 16 fluid jibber jabbers for £18.99. So you only save a quid when you go from that to 16 fluid jibber jabbers, not much. And then when you get 32 fluid ounces or jibber jabbers, it's £32.99. So you save a few quid then. What's that? 19 quid times 2 is 38, as opposed to 33. So you save a fiver. Not massive bulk saving there, but that's less than a litre. So if you convert it to a litre, it's about £36.29 per litre. And on my list, I'm converting them all to a litre, because these little bottles are like, I almost consider them as samples, because you do about 3 cars, maybe 4 if you spin it out, maybe 5 if you're spitting it on the pad, but you get a good squirt on, you'll do 3 or 4 cars with these. So most people want to test them once and then buy litres. So I'm going on price per litre of nearest litre offering, without converting bulk prices of 5 litres down, because that'd give it a huge advantage, which is a unique thing for me on the channel. Now, my missus is going to try and disturb me, but I'm not going to let her. Don't look over there. What?
I'm going to stink me.
Lucky you. Did she say stink or sting? Stink of me. Okay, so let's move on. Now what I'm going to do is open this up. So first of all, it has a unique thing, cap. So you've got to twist this cap and then it pops open. So you're going to get a ribbon of polish. And then when you twist it the other way, it seals it and it's going to push that polish off and you've got to clear it. The only thing is you're going to have a polisher in your hand. So you really kind of need 2 hands to do this, or else you've got to go low and set your hand so it doesn't twist, you know what I mean? So some of the other ones, after you've dabbed out your polish, you know, you do that, then you just on the top of the pad just push it in. So they're more a bit one-hand friendly. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be cursing this or praising it. Just giving you my thoughts. Let's also take this, hold on. Let's also take this off, because we've got a seal here. And then crack this seal off. I always like it when they have these seals on. That's a sign that you know, oh God, not good for videos. Okay, here's the first annoying thing. Oh, there we go. I've got underneath it. It's a bit perishy, so it's all making mess here. I'll get over it. Let's pick that off. Okay, it's all off now. Let's just have a little smell. So it's the reason I'm smelling it, they've really filled it right up to the top, unless there's a big air bubble in there, it disappears. You get your 8 ounces worth in here. That's really well filled. It's fragranced, okay? Now, if you follow the channel, you often, yeah, it's going to fill up with polish. If you follow the channel, you often hear me saying, I don't like fragrance products. Give it to me straight up, straight down. I want to smell it, be able to smell what's in there. I don't want my products smelling like watermelons. But I kind of like it in polishes, actually, because the solvent honk really hits me, especially with, as I've talked about, the anatomy of my schnozzle being a bit slightly larger than the average man's. I really feel the vapours. So I quite like that. It's not an offensive smell, it's just a slight strawberry smell. Yeah, berry smell or something. Let's just read the directions, okay, the instructions. 3D Speed is designed to remove scratches and swirl marks while adding a high heat resistant Montan wax protection. Interesting. Montan wax from my days as a wax maker. Did I mention that? Am I recording? Yeah, I am. Montan wax has terrible hydrophobicity. It's really, so you put Montan wax on something and it's really doesn't create good beadage. It's lovely and glossy though. I can't remember Montan wax being a particularly high temperature wax to melt. In fact, it isn't. And it will melt somewhere between, I believe, I'll get called out on this, in my opinion, I could be wrong, apologies if I am, somewhere between 70 and 80 degrees Montan melts. So it's not a high temperature thing, unless they've done something to it, or I don't know what's going on. Anyway, get on with it. Shake before use. Apply 4 to 5 dime drops to your pad. I don't know what a dime is. Never mind. It's an American product, so blobs. Set polisher to 1200 to 1500 RPM. So that's if it's a rotary polisher. So I should specify that. Set your rotary polisher to that, or else someone might try and set their DA to that and get confused because they don't run at the same speeds. Work a 2 foot by 2 foot area. Good advice. With slow to medium backwards and forth motion. Yeah, using medium pressure. The slower you move the DA, or the rotary, the more correction will be achieved. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Wipe off the speed with a clean microfiber towel to view your progress. Repeat if needed. It doesn't mention anything about cure time after polishing, so that means there is none. There's no further instructions that I can see on the bottle, but I think that's kind of fine actually. There's another little bit of product blurb here. Detailing made simple. 3D Speed is the go-to one-step corrective polish and protecting wax. 3D Speed will correct most light to moderate paint scratches with a DAL high-speed rotary and your choice of foam pad, or 3D foam pad, sorry. 3D Speed combines nano compounding super micro cutting technology to correct most paint finishes. Its durable Montan wax will darken the appearance and create depth for the ultimate wet look and finish. 3D Speed works best in the shade, but is sun friendly. Okay, great, that's fine. You know, no problems with those instructions. Right, let's get a polisher. So we have a nice foam pad with a bit of stiffness. It's not an out and out cutting pad, but it should be should be the right choice for this. Everything's a bit experimental. Let's have a look at this new bottle then. So I want to see the ribbon. Oh yeah, it's kind of really nice. This is good control. Really good control. We'll just go with 4 blobs. Yeah, I do love that actually. I just wish now I could push down on it to close it off, but so it's not vaping out any solvent there. And you know, you always feel like you need to close it. So that would be an improvement if it could be pushed down, but I'm not going to make a big deal out of that because it's not a big deal. Right, let's, so this paint, car's been washed, it's smooth. There's some little water spots there, or is that O&R residue? Because the car's been sitting in there, you can see over there, I just wiped this down with O&R just to make sure there was no dust falling on the panel. So let's blob this out then, guys. Oh, what's going on? It's quite a lot of polish there. Doing this one-handed. Let's blob it out. Blobby, blobby, blobby. Good. Interesting. Right. Now, where are you going to get the best view from? I think we'll just go from up here. Actually, yeah, let's go from here. I hope you can see this. Good. Apologies if let's just tuck my pants in so my arse isn't hanging out. Usually is. Right, and I'll bring you in when we've finished. What else am I doing here? I've got my cloth and I've got my torch. Let's spread it on speed 1. So. Right, I'm just going to speed up now. Speed 5. Just try to pressure in a little bit. Smells nice. Very smooth. Sit. Nice. Come in. Have a look. Just nice. No dusting. Feels like a finishing polish almost. So I'm not getting, it's not, I could carry on going. That's a decent set, with an AOI. If you're trying to correct deep swirls or deep scratches, you can keep going. The great thing about these products is not having to do anything now. It's just like buff it off and you're finished and you've left your protection. I love that. So what did it feel like? It just felt really nice, not dry. It just reminded me of a bit of the Rupes Uno product, which is up there. Let's just buff this while you can see what's going on. It's interesting. Let's get up here. There's squeakiness to it. That squeakiness. I'm not putting any pressure on though. Yeah, it's good. Look at that. Just want to see that little bit up there where it's just sort of touched it on the other panel. Really nice. Feels a bit. It's quite oily. This. It's quite an oily product. Let's just go and have a look over here. Buff's really good. Buff is excellent. So things like that we need to test with it. How long do I have to work this stuff for before it starts doing silly things? At some point it's going to dry and dust. And we've just done a reasonably length set there on this car, which doesn't need paint correction. You can see. Let's get the torch. So we don't need paint correction here. This car's good. Not perfect, but good. I really do like the gloss that's on the car, though. I think that's really nice. Yeah. Now, one thing I want to look at while you're here on video, didn't really polish consistently, did I? Down here, didn't get the full treatment. What I think now is going to be the trade-off. Let's just go over here. Whoa. For better or for worse. Oh no, look, caught that with my bum. That's pure. Oh, that's right. It's a constant learning process. Put that over here so you don't catch it with your bum. Put those in there. You and me made of. So this is going to look reasonably beady because it's going on atomised, so it's going to bead a bit. Yeah. But do not be fooled by the beads. I'm just having a look. I'll get my car wet. Yeah. Just going to take the lid off the bottle. Bear with me. Where is the bottle? When you're trying to do something, you're looking at the viewfinder trying to do it. Yeah, okay. So it's not especially hydrophobic. I'm just looking at the speed that little trail flicked off the panel when it's vertical, and there wasn't that blinging hydrophobicity where it flicks it off. You won't get that with Montan. You ain't going to get that with Montan wax. It has low hydrophobicity because I used to make waxes back in the day, and a Montan wax, the disadvantage was the hydrophobicity, but you get lovely gloss. I think you're hopefully seeing that. You know, really does look great. I would love, how easy would it be to just go now and polish your car with this HD Speed and just have this layer of Montan on there. So my initial impressions of 3D Speed is that it should be in this test. The price is really good. I think they're I've never used a 3D product before because it's American and they're not widely used over here. I think probably one of the distributors, it'd be worth their time to pick it up over here because it's well regarded. What I'm expecting from 3D Speed is I'm expecting a product, perhaps from what I've seen, that I can work the hell out of. Might finish really well. How well does it cut is unknown. I need to test that. What happens if I smash it, you know, really work hard, you know, heavy-handed, smack it out, get a more aggressive pad on there. Don't manage the debris, you know, leave the residue in the pad, let it build up, see what happens, misuse it. I think it'll probably handle that okay. What I think is it may not demonstrate its protective qualities very well. So once I'm going to lay all these products out according to their instructions, buff them all, and then leave this panel for 24 hours. Unless any of them explicitly state that they need longer, then I'll leave it, whatever that duration is, inside. And then I'll start looking at the water behaviour on each panel and how I can strip them off with, I was going to say Koch Chemi. I'll probably use Green Star or Surfex. It doesn't really matter, but shouldn't really use a product to strip it from these two brands because they're in the test, but who cares? I'm just thinking if I've got something else. Take too long to strip it with citrus. So I'll use Green Star, I think, because I know that's pretty decent. Yeah, and what I'm expecting, if I'm honest, is that the protective element of all of these AIOs is actually quite disappointing. I think Maguire's might demonstrate some really good beadage and might actually demonstrate some really good protective qualities. This might demonstrate them. I've never cross-compared it. I had it on my car and it was decent. I got a couple of months protection out of it for it before I sort of like buzzed it off and put something else on. It was probably still on there, but it only claims 3 months and it was looking flat, you know. So this stuff, the protection element of it's not great. Don't know about this one. Don't know about this one. This one's okay. It's not, you get a nice hydrophobic effect the first wash and then it starts disappearing quite rapidly. So that's going to be interesting. This one is going to be very, very interesting because this is highly regarded, very expensive. So are these two that I've not used. So is 3D Speed in with a chance of winning? Yeah, of course it is. It's in with a chance. If it can't demonstrate its protection well, though, and other products can, it's going to lose marks on the repellency side and the durability side. And that's two categories. Beyond that, we've only got price. We've got cut and finish. Probably ease of use as well. You know, ease of use might be a criteria. It's well priced relative to these. It's somewhere in the middle, which is good for an American product. So there we go, guys. There's a look. Oh, I also want to see. These AOIs don't always flash out of the pads very well. Pure abrasives flush out of the pads, especially if they're water-based or emulsions. They break down or flush out. These can stick in the pads a little bit, and you have to get more detergent in there, and, scrub them a bit more to get them clean, or you can get waxy pads. So I'm interested to see how well I can clear it, but I need to build up more product. Okay, thanks for this initial look on 3D Speed with me. We're also going to test them on gloss. We're going to get the gloss meter on there as well, which is important. So it should be a really interesting one. Really interesting. You know, I'm a user of Koch for my abrasives primarily. They don't always win Koch, but I just think H8 or H9, F5 or F6 and M3 or M2, a bit complicated. Those three trios of pure abrasives are really, really good. I'm starting to run out eventually. And I was thinking maybe of moving over to the Rupes. Well, I probably should just use the Rupes so I don't have to go and buy, 3 more sets of abrasives because I've got the Rupes in there. I've got Scholl in there as well. I'm a big fan of Scholl. Menzerna and Scholl are quite similar. Menzerna are usually a little bit cheaper. Lots of people use Menzerna. Angel Wax are a dark horse. They won my last single stage thing with Rejuvenate, which I've still got kicking around. Hold on a second. If it's good, I keep it. This stuff won the pure single stage abrasives. So cut and finish, but with no protection in there. And it's dirt cheap, this. Really good. So Angel Wax could be a dark horse. Auto Finesse triples in there because I love it, but has it got the abrasive power that some of these other ones have to really do a proper cut and finish? Or is it like just a really nice waxy finishing AOI that's very, believe it or not, it's very cost effective. That is great price on it. Is Built Hamber going to be able to keep up in the abrasive category? It's not been in abrasive shootouts because they're not really an abrasive specialist, but interesting. Is Freckler, they could have been a bit of a dark horse slayer. They haven't won any, but they've come in high because they're usually a lot cheaper than the other products, and a lot cheaper. So they could be a dark horse. Yeah, I have no idea on this one. No idea. Some of you have been saying that for a long time, John. You got no idea about anything. Let me know. So thank you very much. Bye for now.